big stars who are gonna get suspended.
Yep. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and welcome to the flock.
we're trying.
We're trying things out. We're coming up with a name. If you guys can come up with one, let us know.
For you guys, you like the flockers or the flockbirds.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. But yeah, guys, I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and today we're going to be bringing you news around baseball, specifically Blue Jays. We're talking a little bit more specifically on that whole cheating thing that the MLB is going to be cracking down on. But before we get into that, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you enjoy this channel. And also, too, Monkey Knife Fight and Manscaped are our sponsors. Today, Jace is the code for both of those, so hop on to them. All right, buddy. So basically, I think this will be coming out on Monday, so 2 days ago now that the reports came out that the MLB is trying to put a plan in place that will allow, I mean, they've always been allowed, but will, I guess, make sure that umpires check pitchers 8 to 10 times per game for foreign substances such as pine tar, such as resin, such as honey, if that floats your boat, like whatever it is, whatever they're using, if they're using something, 8 to 10 times per game, umpires will be checking it.
Yeah.
10-game suspension that they could have without pay.
Yeah.
That's big.
It is big. And, you know, what I think about this whole thing is I was one or two ways. Either you let it happen and you regulate it, like it's a substance like a sticky on a barrel or like on a baseball bat, or, you know, you got your rosin bag behind the mound. Like if you were going to regulate it and maintain it, make it consistent and make it available for everybody, I'm like, all right, cool. If that's what it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. Or you do the complete opposite and you actually start cracking it down. And I'm cool with them checking if they actually start to serve out the punishments. If they're still being slimy and like checking and they're like, oh, don't say anything here, go, keep pitching. Right. You know what I mean? Then it's starting to get a little bit slimy. So if they are going to check, I would like to actually see some punishments, because I saw this one Sports Illustrated page that was saying like, you know, 3,000 RPMs plus 101 cutter. That sounds like a 500-foot home runs if you're looking back in the steroid era. So it's time to start cracking out of some things that are a little bit unnatural. That's not what humans are supposed to do. So I'm down for it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, this is a tough one for me, man. I think I'm on the side of regulate it. You know, it feels like, or the reports anyways, have been that over 70% of pitchers in this league use some sort of foreign substance or have used it in the past. That to me is such a big number that it's almost time to steer into the skid rather than clamp down, be stubborn, and try to like force the agenda and say this is a no-go anymore. I guess MLB is known to be stubborn, so they're doing it.
And slimy.
I guess,
and slimy.
Exactly. You know, and I guess I'm happy that they picked a side. I would have been happier if we would have been able to regulate this, been like, okay, this is a new era. People are going to use it. How can we make this equal for everyone and maybe eliminate the massive advantage that they're having right now? They didn't seem to go that route, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
But I do think that because they are going this route, a lot of drama is going to be coming out, dude. Like, I can already tell we probably have like 3 or 4 podcasts on the way about big stars who are going to get suspended.
Yep.
You guys all know the names, but they're coming.
Yep, there'll be coming some names to look out for.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer, Gerrit Cole. Obviously, those are the big ones. But you're going to see some pitchers you're like, oh, shit.
Literally.
Didn't even think of this guy.
Yes, exactly.
That's how you're that good.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe even some of our own Blue Jays. That's for sure.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like everybody seems to point the finger at like Gerrit Cole and Trevor Bauer, and it's like, look, those guys are cheating, MLB.
They're the face.
Because they're the face, dude. But I feel like what people don't realize is that, you know, those like 4th and 5 pitchers on your team that you really like, they're also doing it.
Yeah.
And that ace that you just traded for, he's doing it as well. You know, so yes, Gerrit Cole and Trevor Bauer, it's kind of like they're the poster children of cheating right now.
Yeah.
But there are so many other guys that are going to be unearthed that are also doing this. So don't be surprised, like you said, if some people that you never thought of
Alec Manoah? Could you imagine?
Absolutely, I could. I can absolutely imagine. In fact, it is most likely if 70% of the people do it, then that guy that you're thinking of that doesn't do it, well, statistically speaking, it's actually likely. So that's going to be so interesting. They said that they're going to be doing that or like starting it on June 14th. That will be next Monday, so a week from today. So everybody take note of the RPMs, the spin rates. If they start changing, and then look for those big names like Gerrit Cole, like Trevor Bauer. Are they going to start to get roughed up in this next little bit? Like, actually, that's a good question. How much impact do you think this actually has on them?
Well, think about Trevor Bauer's career, right? Like before, and you see a clear difference. And even Gerrit Cole, like Gerrit Cole's already talented, but like he even got more talented. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't put it into like numbers per se on like how much ERA is this going to affect, blah, blah, blah. But you did see in his like he jumped tiers. He jumped tiers as a pitcher. So you might see him regress back a little bit, or other pitchers too. And you know what? I think that could be, in the end, good for baseball because everyone loves offense. Let's get the offense. Let's get the bats going. We're in an era of strikeouts and home runs. Let's get less strikeouts and let's get some more base hits, and you know what I mean?
Sure, I hear you, buddy. And I do think that there will be some solid regression, but I also have always been one to say that it's like something like that, in the end, you are still throwing the baseball, and it only amplifies what's already there. So I do think that people like Gerrit Cole, who are naturally talented, they will still come out on top. I still think he's going to be an elite pitcher. Don't worry, Yankees. Like, that $300 million is not going to go down the drain. But there might be a little bit of regression. And some other guys, too. It's like a guy like John Means, who completely broke out and who has been noted as potentially using that. Like, there are some videos of him doing it. Like, how much of that breakout is based on using a foreign substance? How much is it not? This is going to be an interesting experiment to find out.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to find out.
I can't wait.
And what I can't wait for is at the end of the season, we're going to find out who of these three phenoms are going to lead the league in home runs.
Currently,
slugging, who knows?
It's our boy.
Yes.
Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
18 home runs, man. They all tied it up at 17 at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
And then Vladdy took the lead very recently with his 18th, which actually hit the fucking highway. Highway. If you guys are not Blue Jays fans watching this right now, the Buffalo Stadium, it's right on the highway, and it doesn't have a very high wall. So Vladdy literally launched one onto the road. Like, that's dangerous, dog.
Yeah, no, for real. They do need to put up a net, because there's literally major league players like Vladimir Guerrero playing there all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's awesome. It's going to be an incredible race. Tatis has been heating it up as of late. His slugging is through the roof, and Acuna's always going to be there. So, it's going to be interesting to see.
I also want to point out, too, Jesse Winker today has hit 3 home runs. He's having a massive game. I don't know what that puts him on.
Check.
I'm trying to look for it right now, buddy, because I know he was doing pretty good. He might be at 16 or more than that. 17 home runs that Jesse Winker is at right now. So he's actually in the mix as well.
There you go. Okay, so there's 4 guys now.
There's 4 guys.
It's going to be an awesome race. I'm loving this home run race. Even, the offense of these guys are certainly not lacking in that.
It's all young breakout stars right now.
All of them. I love it.
It's so cool to see. Great era of baseball, guys. Okie doke. There wasn't a whole lot that happened.
There wasn't a whole lot, guys, to be honest. That's kind of the main thing.
That's kind of the main thing.
We'll kind of leave it as that, but I think it's a good opportunity to now transition to our boys.
I would love to, man. I would love to. And they basically did exactly what we thought they would do this week. 3-2. We both said that they were going to sweep the Miami Marlins. We had a gut feeling that they were going to lose Rio. Yep. And then one of the last 2 games we were going to win, but the other one we were going to drop. That is what happened. And we ended up going 3-2 this week. So still, even though it kind of ended on that sour note, that was a bit of a rough L there.
Yeah, it was kind of slow and sluggish.
A positive week.
It was a great week. And just to take a look at the standings, what that week has done to us, Tampa Bay is still on the top of the AL East, 37-23. Their last 10 is 7-3. Like, they've been unreal. Boston's still there, 35-23. They're 6-4. And then it's kind of Toronto, New York, We're literally tied right now.
Yeah.
We're both 5.5 games back, so this is going to be very interesting. And the wild card, too, we're both tied 2.5 back.
Bro, who would have predicted this from the New York Yankees?
Not a lot.
Not a lot of people.
I was saying we both said there would be number 2 in baseball.
Yeah. Like, I thought that they were, like, hands down going to win this division.
Yeah.
They're going to be right up there with the Dodgers. Like, when you looked at that offense on paper, guys, preseason, it was just like, elite. And then you look at the pitching staff and you're like ace, and then like bring in 2 other guys, like,
and that was the thing, is their pitching staff was the hole. That was the problem.
Yeah.
They had a good bullpen too. They still have Chapman.
I liked the way that John Boy put it. Gerrit, Cole, and the question marks.
Yeah, but now the question marks are performing. Herman's performing. Freaking Kluber. Oh, he's gone now, but Tyon's performing. They're getting unexpected performances all over the place. Their pitching, I believe about 3 or 4 days ago, was 4th in the MLB.
Pretty good on the ERA standpoint, dude. It's no one would have predicted the offense is the one that's struggling right now, and they're all kind of underperforming from what they're doing, and they have been having injuries. Obviously, home run leader Luke Voigt has barely touched the field.
He's off again.
Stanton just came back, and like he looks like a little bit out of sync right now. It'll take him a week or 2 to get back into form, but I mean, nobody would have expected this offense to be struggling the way that it is.
Put in perspective again, 3 to 4 days ago, 23rd in baseball in OPS.
Yeah, that's weird.
Really
weird.
bad.
Do you think that this team has a blow-up month, or do you think it sticks like this?
You got to think that their offense is going to come around, but then you also got to think their pitching can't be this good. Right?
True.
So things are going to kind of counterbalance.
It out. Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm kind of, as the days go on, I'm like, the pitching's not sustainable, but the offense isn't sustainable. But I think they're going to be kind of with us, I kind of feel, the entire season.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like they got off on the wrong foot. They didn't get off to that hot start that we or that I didn't hope for, but some people did.
Yeah.
And so, they're kind of behind the 8 ball. But again, good for us because we are capitalizing on it, guys. And it looks like the main competition is going to be the Rays and the Sox, who we will be playing next week, by the way. But
we'll break it down after.
We'll break it down. What went well for us this week? Who did good?
Oh, who did good? Well, actually, Robbie Ray had a nice outing, so that's always really nice.
Yeah.
6 innings, 9 strikeouts, and only 1 earned run.
What's the kid's ERA at now? Do you have that?
Yes, I do. His ERA is actually really solid.
I think it is pretty good.
It is at 3.57.
Hey.
Solid.
Hey.
Solid.
That ain't bad at all, bro.
He's a solid number 2.
We pay him $8 million. We pay him $8 million for 1 year, I believe. That ain't
Solid.
bad at all.
Solid.
Dog. That's number 2.
He is definitely our number 2.
That's the number 2 right there, guy.
Yeah. And Manoah has a chance. And people are saying, "Oh, Manoah could be the number 2," but Ray, guys, don't look away now.
Don't sleep on Ray.
Ray could be a really good number 2.
And speaking of Manoah, he did have a bit of a rough start.
He did.
In that game, granted, the offense came alive.
Yes.
We ended up with the walk-off.
Yes.
That was a freaking awesome one. We did a post-game reaction for it. Everybody loved it. I loved it. I was super hyped.
I was hyped.
But yeah, Manoah did have a bit of a rough one there. I think 4.1 innings, like some earned runs for sure. Not concerned. Not concerned.
No. He's gonna have a chance to bounce back this week, and we'll get into exactly who he's gonna be facing and what team. And as well, guys, all the Jays that are doing well this week. One of them is Gurriel. Your boy.
Yes.
6 for 16.
Man.
6 for 16 with 3 RBIs down in the 7 hole.
Yep.
So really nice.
Yeah, he's got to get the power up a little bit.
That's it, though.
But it's like the contact, and that's what it was last year too, man. I remember like him in the 7th spot. And this is what used to piss me off about Montoya, was that like he'd lead off innings. Or like it gets to him with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And there's Gurriel with that single.
Yeah.
And it's like if we just had a man on second,
yeah,
that's an RBI.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of times it didn't happen because he was batting so low. But the great thing about this lineup is that he can still pick up that occasional RBI down there because we have so many contributors that can get on.
Because sometimes we have innings where it's like Hernandez, Grichuk, and Panic leading off, and then it's like, 2 of them get on, and there's Gurriel.
Well, and I made a comment in our live today, and it was just like, I think it was Hernandez, Grichuk, and Panic. And that was what was coming up. And I was like, I was excited for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, imagine being excited for this 3 2 years ago.
Yeah, no one would be.
I'd be like, all right.
Strikeout, and I don't even know.
I don't even know, man. But now they're doing pretty good. And speaking of panic, a nice week for Panic,
yes.
you know, as far as that very clutch walk-off, the sac fly, and then the awesome clutch 3-run bomb that he had in Houston on Saturday.
It was more clutch than overall greatness because, yes, he had that walk-off to center field to walk off the game at Miami, and then, yes, that bomb. So, overall, nice. And then there's some other guys. Honestly, the rest of the lineup kind of chilled this week. No one really broke out except for one guy, but I want to get to him in a little bit because I have a couple more news.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
So obviously today, Danny Jansen left the game with some hamstring tightness. That's not good for a catcher. So some speculation we were doing during our live. What we're going to do now, it's just Reese McGuire. Riley Adams has been killing it in AAA.
Very good, man. Very
really
good.
Good.
1.4 OPS
with a 1.4 OPS. So if Jansen's down, Riley Adams going to get the call, and I'm excited for that. I'm honestly like, hey, Jansen, yes, he was a good defensive catcher, but honestly, like, whatever, like, his offense kind of sucked. I want to see some new faces, to be honest. And like you said in the live, catching might be kind of like a hole for us.
It's a big hole, dude. It's like the way that I look at it is whenever you don't have an affirmed guy at that spot, it's a hole. And for the catcher spot, the second that Kirk went down, the hole just widened even further because it's like we have our starting catcher hitting 150 and then the backup Reese McGuire hitting like just over 200. That to me seems like a gaping hole that like needs to be solidified. So if it wants to be Riley Adams 100%, I mean, I would love it if Danny Jansen wasn't hurt because we've had too many IL stints, I think, for my liking. And I do like him catching with Ryu. And I still, in my heart of hearts, believe that Alejandro Kirk is the future at that position. However, if worst comes to worst, will I be upset that Riley Adams comes up, get a couple reps? Absolutely not.
I mean, how much worse can it get? Right?
That is literally the thing. How much worse
can it get?
I mean, it really can't. It really can't, bro.
So
really can't.
Why not shoot a shot?
Shoot a shot, man.
For real.
Throw your darts.
And speaking of guys getting hurt, just want to shout out a couple injury updates going on. Thomas Hatch has started pitching today. He started.
Excellent.
So that's amazing.
Excellent.
Barucki starting his progression. That's nice to hear for the bullpen. And Biggio hit a home run in AAA today to dead center field.
That was really good, dude. That was really good. And also, too, George Springer, apparently it's looking like what they say, like early to mid-July? Is that the speculation?
Mid to late June.
Oh, mid to late June. Sooner. My mistake. So that's very nice. Because he was making some sprints earlier this week, and he was at 100%, felt the best that he's felt in a long time. So hopefully we can get that boy back soon. Just to, like, re-amplify the lineup.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Reinforcements coming in, guys.
Hell yeah.
And what's also really nice is our J of the week.
Is it time?
It's time. It's time.
Okay, guys. It is currently time for our J of the week. All right, everybody. With a 444 batting average, a 500 on base, and a slugging of 944. That's the number that really stands out to me.
Yeah.
Going 8 for 18, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Woo! Another J of the week for Vlad.
Another J of the week for Vlad. This is like 3 or 4 for him, man.
It's up there.
It's up there, dude. Like, we always predicted that he was going to walk away with the most hardware at the end of this year. And we're seeing why this happens. Weeks like that.
Dude.
You can't do better.
Dude, literally, Vladdy, every time I go and I rack up the numbers for J of the week, Vladdy's always in the top 3.
He's always there.
Always. And in some weeks, it's like, it could be Vlad easily, but we got to give it to this guy because it's going to be Vlad again.
Yes. We've actually had a couple weeks prior where it's like, well, maybe it should be Vlad. Let's just give it to this guy.
He deserves it.
You know? It's like, it's going to be Vlad next week. Let's face it.
Yeah, for real. So, Vlad, you get it again. Congratulations.
You get it again.
You hit a triple this week, too. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I did see that triple, I'll be honest. I think that was, like, partially the defender's fault. Like, he misread that ball. But at the same point, on Vlad, like, to benefit him, he was gunning it out of that box. Like, that boy was like, I am not giving up on this play, which I love to see, because one of my biggest pet peeves in baseball is when somebody hits it they think, oh, damn it, I struck out. I'm going to sulk now. Or I popped out. I'm going to sulk now. And they don't gun it out. And then, oopsie, like, Derek Fisher out in the outfield, fucking shit up. And then it's like, oh, now it's only a single.
Yeah. And that was my biggest pet peeve in general. Like, when I used to play baseball, shout out if any of my teammates are watching. If you're one of these guys, I'm sorry. But when you didn't run, or you were like, trotting, that pissed me off as a teammate. Because I don't care what, I'm gunning it out of the box every time. It's just a respect thing for your team.
And here's the thing, dude. You did that for free or paid them to do that, whereas these guys get paid like millions and millions of dollars. So, but that's why Vlad won J of the Week, because he gunned it the whole way.
He gunned it.
So excellent work,
Congratulations, Vlad.
Okay. Let's look at next week. We are going to have some tough matchups, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to have some tough matchups. It's against the Sox squared. Ooh. So 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Boston Red Sox. Mm-hmm. These are both good teams. 36-23 from the White Sox, 35-23 from the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
So these guys have better records than we do. And as we were talking about on our live today, this team has struggled against good teams.
The teams that are actually in the wild card, in their leading their division, where we struggle against them, because look, we've had the Yankees number, but the Yankees are just like us this year.
Exactly. So we can't keep looking at the Yankees as being this top tier elite team when they're below us right now.
For real.
We do need to get to these Red Sox. We do need to get to these White Sox. Yeah. And I would love to see it too, because that will just reinforce me with confidence that hey, come postseason, we are capable of doing this.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think, man? Who's the pitching matchups going into this?
Let's start with the White Sox series starting on Tuesday. We have an off day today on Monday. But on Tuesday, we got a good matchup. Really interesting matchup. I'm actually excited to see this guy. It's Robbie Ray versus Carlos Rondon. And Rondon's got a 1.98 ERA. So that's really good. He threw the no-no earlier in the year. On Wednesday, we got Alek Manoah versus Lance Lynn, who throws fuck you fastballs. Yeah. His ERA is 1.23.
Yeah.
And then coming Thursday, we got Ryu's ERA is climbing a bit with 3.23 versus Dallas Keuchel, 4.25 ERA. So what are you thinking, Nick? What are you thinking? We'll start with Robbie Ray versus Rondon, Tuesday.
God damn, man. They're just such a good team.
They are. Offense is really good.
That's the thing, too. It's their pitching is so good. And then, their offense, it's they have last year's MVP killing it again. They have Tim Anderson. They have Moncada.
Mercedes.
They have Mercedes, who came out of nowhere. They have Adam Eaton, who's doing well. They have a lot of guys there. So they are a really good team. I think that we probably lose 2 here.
I'm going to agree.
And the pitching, that's tough, dude. I don't know if Manoah can hold up against Big Boy Abreu, bro. Yeah. Against Lance Lynn on the other side. I don't know.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, bro. I'm not sure if he's gonna be capable. As much as I want him to go out there and dice all those guys, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
No, I agree, guys. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be 100% tough. And here's the thing, that when I think about other good offenses too, our offense is better than their offense.
Probably,
so whenever I think, it's actually crazy to count, we can actually have a better offense than anybody else on a given night.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do agree. I mean, we're getting tough pitching matchups.
We are getting some tough pitching matchups. That's kind of the problem, right?
That is the problem.
There's a difference here in what they're getting versus what we're getting. Yeah. So I don't know which 2 we lose, but I am going to say that we lose 2. I'm
going to say we drop Tuesday, Wednesday, and we win with Ryu. A good bounce back performance from Ryu.
Yeah, I would love to have a nice bounce back from Ryu, because obviously he had a bit of a rough outing this past week against the Astros.
Yep, agreed.
For the Red Sox, has it come out who they're pitching yet?
It's a rough estimate based on who's pitched previously this week, but it looks like we're not getting too many good pitchers against them. However, they're not too many good pitchers, but they're still doing pretty decent this year.
Right.
On Friday, we got Ross Stripling, who's increased his ERA or lowered his ERA to 4.71 versus Garrett Richards, 3.75. On Saturday, we've got Steven Matz, 4.5 ERA versus Nick Pivetta, 3.77.
Okay.
And then Sunday, Robbie Ray's back on the mound versus Nathan Eovaldi with a 3.78 ERA.
So mid threes, all of these guys.
All of these
basically.
dudes. Damn. All these dudes.
My gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's tough. It's tough. and it's Boston.
It's Boston.
It's Boston. I think Boston. Me personally, I'm Stripling's hot right now. He made a change, and here's the reason why I'm on board with Stripling's changes, or why he's doing so much better. It's not just random. He actually made adjustments, like legitimate adjustments, and he's dominant. He dominated Houston.
He did.
He dominated one of the best offenses. So I think we're gonna take that game with Stripling. I think Matt's gonna get rocked against Boston. I think Matt's can't beat like good offenses.
Yeah.
And then for me, you know what? Feeling good. Ray's going to pull up the dub. We're going to take 2-1. We're going to go 3 for 3 for me this week.
I'm just going to say that we're going to go 3-3 as well, because I don't want to think about the alternative. I think it's very likely that we could go 2-4 this week.
It is.
But I mean, like you said, we have a great offense. It's just as likely that we go 4-2. So, with that being said, I also have to go 3-3.
Agreed. And if we can go 3-3 against very good, literally into the playoffs, they're currently sitting in a wild card spot and leading the division. If we can go 3-3 against these guys, it's good. If we can go 4-2, we're feeling really good.
It's really
we're feeling really good.
Yeah. So let's hope for the 3-3 this week. Anything else, gravy.
Absolutely. And now, guys, it is this time of the episode where we spin the wheel.
The spinning fortune, baseball, colorful, future determining, stat analyzing, and it's a wheel that we spin every week. Yep, guys, it's time for that wheel. So, we finally got a winning week.
What?
Nick's squad. If you're on this squad right over here, we got a winning week this week. We went 2-1. That's right. I want the claps in the chat, my friends. Underdog Story. We're coming back.
You gotta make the comeback, dude. That's why I'm thinking, like, it'd be really fun if we just kept it one long game.
If I could make the comeback, dude. It's gonna get so lame if it comes down to like it's 30 to like 12, you know?
Right,
it's like, god damn it.
Well, I mean, I'd have to be a lot. I have to win a lot of categories.
Because it is currently 17-9.
Yep.
Is that right?
17-9. It's a fresh week. It is my week to pick twice first. So we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, so what exactly, just run us through like what I won last week.
So
what
you won the batter strikeouts with Bichette. He struck out a lot. I didn't even need to look because he struck out 3 times in a game. I picked Simeon, who only struck out twice, so that already countered that. You won with the ERA for Robbie Ray, and I picked Manoah. Manoah got blown up. And then I picked Vladdy for the home runs. He hit 2, and Tio hasn't hit 1.
Yes, I gotta start. That whole T.O. Vlad thing, it's just never. It's the second I know that I do it. Like, we've gotten to that point now, guys, where it's like, I know the second that I pick Vlad and not T.O., that's gonna be the week that T.O. blows up. So now I'm just like stuck in this horrible place.
But Vlad is one of the best players in the league.
He's one of the best players in the league. Yes, he's one of the best players. All right.
Spin it away.
Spin the wheel. Your week, so you get to pick first twice.
Yes.
All right, fingers crossed for no bonus players, my friends. We cannot have the bonus going to Adam this week.
Oh, it's coming.
Get out.
Oh, RBIs.
Thank God.
Yes. Okay, I will go first, and I'll pick Vlad. It's like that, man. It's that easy. It's that easy.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess I will go see Oscar Hernandez.
This is the story, bro.
Literally the goddamn story, man. All right, next category. That was a quick one. What's it gonna be?
Oh, come on.
No bonus. Okay,
thank God. Okay, we gotta spin it again. That was close.
I gotta give it a little bit more gas right now. You know, I'm. All right, come on.
Oh, pitcher strikeouts. Okay, well, I'm gonna go first again on this one and take Robbie Ray.
Yeah, that seems like, damn it. I really didn't want that one to come up this week because like on weeks like this, it's like
it's so easy.
Yeah, like
First of all, Ray's the strikeout leader.
Literally,
and he's going twice.
Yeah, we should look into that catery and try to make it something like
maybe
a bit different, you know, or something. Yeah, it is OP.
It's pretty an easy dub.
Okay, so in that case, Jesus, it's like there's nothing. Like, I just gotta hope for a massive outing from somebody.
You?
No, he's not a strikeout guy.
He only got 1 last week.
Yeah,
so that's crazy.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna go chicken strip. Like, he's hot. I mean, screw it, right?
Go for it.
Maybe Ray gets blown up one
Maybe he gets injured.
Maybe. I mean, it could happen, right?
Let's hope.
Could happen. So, guys, I get to pick first this last one. Come on, give me something where there is a big difference. Come on. Give me something I can win. Give me something I can win. Give me something I can win.
Based on balls batters. Okay. Do you want to hear who had a good week last week?
The walks?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know, you know? Like, Guerrero's good.
Tio got 4 walks last week.
Tio got 4 walks. Yeah. Damn.
That's the only ones who've gotten double digits. Guerrero got 2 walks.
Yeah, I don't trust Guerrero long-term for the walks. I don't trust Grichuk long-term for the walks. For me, it's between 3 guys. It's Semien, Vlad, or Tio. I think Semien's a little bit too trigger happy. So it's got to be between Vlad and Tio again. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't even know, man. I mean, okay, honestly, this week I'm gonna go Vlad. I'm gonna switch it up because this is the narrative that I'm gonna run. Okay, it's like if I go Vlad, you have Vlad for RBIs. So I'm saying instead of getting the RBIs this week, Vlad's gonna take the walks and Tio will get the RBIs. You know, so that makes sense, right? Vlad gets on, Tio bats him in.
Okay,
Makes
sense.
Makes sense to me.
I guess I gotta go with the hot guy Tio.
Yeah, that seems like the clear second choice right there. It seems like the clear second choice.
The only freaking batters we pick are Tio and Vlad.
It's because they're the best guys right now.
They are the best guys.
They are the best guys. Like, I thought that Biggio would be like a walk machine or something, and I want to pick Bichette too. It's just like
Springer.
It's just like I cannot warrant Bichette's crazy ABs right now.
Not
and I'll
at
be
all.
honest, Semien, we've slept on him a little bit. I guess for me, it's like because when you're looking at RBIs and stuff, I'm just like, you're in the leadoff spot.
If it was runs scored, I'd pick Bichette and Semien.
Yes, me too.
Because Bichette literally leads the league. Like.
Literally, yeah. Exactly. So it all depends what it is, guys. But for this one, we're gonna say Vlad and Tio again.
All right.
But everybody, that is the Blue Jays Today show for this week. We talked about the pitchers and all them cracking down. We talked a lot about the Jays today. But I want to hear your thoughts on both of it. I want to hear the thoughts on the cheating and the thoughts on the Jays. I want to hear the prediction for who's going to win Jay of the Week this week. And do you think that 3-3 is an accurate record for our squad in this coming week against the Sox Squared?
All right, guys. You can also check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, and Breaker. You can also look at all of our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're all over there, so you can get the transmedia element, as you used to call it in school. And after the show, you get to follow us on other platforms. So continue the community experience.
For sure.
As well, guys, become a Patreon. You can come onto our Wine on Wine, which, just throwing it out here, we're not going to have this week because the boys, if you're watching live, we're going to be going on a cottage vacation this weekend. It is well earned. So unfortunately, there's no live show or Wine on Wine. But if you become a Patreon, we'll get you on for the following week.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll hop on the Instagram live at some point. Give you a little behind the scenes of the boys having a little vacay.
So follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
And go Jays, go!